All right, people. So let me do this video. I um I actually started and scrapped 2 videos simply because I wasn't able to upload them when I needed to. So there's some things that happened since then, and this is going back to the Elimination Chamber. Actually, even before it. But let me. I have some key things I want to talk about. I don't want to critique the entire cards of the Elimination Chamber or last night's Raw. Let me say, as far as the Elimination Chamber itself went, to me, Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens was the best match of the night. Neither one of the Elimination Chamber matches, the male or the female matches, really nothing really happened that stood out. I mean, it was just they were matches. That's all. Just the same stuff. Nothing that just it always expected is the same thing. Somebody's gonna at some point do a dive off the top of one of the pods to the rest of to the other wrestlers that's down on the floor. And things it's just the same old thing. Somebody's always gonna go through one of the pods one way or another, and you know, y'all know how I feel about Nia Jax. My whole no, but Nia Jax and Candice LeRae versus Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, Stratus faction. The match didn't do anything for me. Like really, it was just. I mean, Trish in that outfit and her little curves was probably the best thing about the match. But man, nothing really. Okay. Anyways, let me just say this, and I'm going to talk about that. What else? Talk about. Let's talk about this. John Cena turning heel didn't shock me at all. This is professional wrestling. People turn heel. Okay. Now, a lot of people, and probably most people that saying, I didn't see that coming, is because you really don't look at wrestling for what it is. I mean, even when you see the reactions in the crowd, people, what's I mean, like, people crying, little kids because people really act like this stuff is real. So the reaction is like, what's more unrealistic than wrestling is the fans' reactions. Like, when you see something happen, it's like, oh shit, like, okay, it's an old shit, but it's like, what's the shock value? What's the I'm crying, I'm angry, I'm so pissed. These people are playing characters. This is not who they really are, man. Okay. But at the same time, if you go back to the Rumble, I did the Rumble live. And one of the things that we talked about was that either Cena was going to turn bad or Cody was going to turn bad. Because looking at the WWE, for one, I don't see two faces going in. And one of the comparisons and one of the things I know that the people in the WWE are aware of is when you have a legend coming in, and that legend is like really, like people really want to see that legend win, they will turn on the current wrestler that's the face of the company at the time, because it's the same thing like when Hogan came back from WCW and Vince, brought him, Nash and Hall back as the NWO, that flop of the NWO, and basically Hogan versus The Rock. Well, damn man, Hogan was the bad guy, and these fucking fans started cheering for Hogan. So when that happened, there's a couple of times you've seen things like that happen. Different matches where the heels were getting cheered more than and they were booing the damn face. So I wasn't shocked, and I'm going to tell y'all now. If anybody else out there felt the same way, let me know. But this is what I felt. A couple of times throughout the past month, they made Cody look like he was going to turn heel, like he was on the verge of turning heel, but it never went anywhere. They even made CM Punk look like he was possibly about to turn heel a couple of times, and all of a sudden he doesn't. So I'm watching this thing. Now the match was what it was. Now Seth is the one that caused CM Punk, to go forward. But even when they say that, it's like, man, this is a fucking match. Okay, shit happens. You know, one of the stupidest things I see in wrestling, especially in like the WWE, is when like a Royal Rumble. If someone was eliminated, they should not be able to eliminate someone that's still in the match. That always have been so stupid to me. You're in the match and somebody's eliminated. They grab your arm or something and pull you out, and now you're eliminated. Like, you should have to be in the ring to eliminate them. This is one of the what I mean about one of the stupid things about wrestling, and people just, it's like, whatever, man. Just do anything, and it's acceptable if it's in a WWE ring. Yay! So what happens to this when The Rock comes out? Now, mind you, because when he approached Cody on, was it SmackDown or Raw, whatever show it was, he tells Cody that I want your soul, right? He's touching his face and all that, having these weird moments. And I want you to be my champion and all that. Okay, so we know it's like, okay, he's trying to bring back what Vince did with him at one point. Okay, but when they had the corporate Rock and all of that, he was a part of the corporation. So, my thing was this: he tells him, "I don't want you to tell me now. I want you to come tell me at the Elimination Chamber." Now, when I was watching the Elimination Chamber, I'm looking at what time it was. So I know The Rock is coming out. I'm like, yeah, okay. And the match was over. Like, no, the show's not going off right just yet. The Rock comes out. First, Cody comes out, of course. Now, Cody comes out, and, you know, basically him and Cena, they're hugging and shaking hands and congratulating each other. Now, Cena's always smiling and acting all giddy. Like, Cena, this is I think one of the things, I don't know, maybe people start looking at Cena's past, because he went from like being like a nerd. He was always like this really intense nerdy guy. Then he went from that to basic to the thugonomic shit. And then he became the Marine, and like, I mean, but he always, you know what? Ever since he started the jeans, the jean shorts and the Reeboks and all whatever, he had that same look. So even when he went from that thug to the Marine shit, from the, you know, I don't know, man. People just got tired of him. All right. Anyways, Cena was a heel before. He was a heel before. And they make it seem like he did something. Oh, you turned your back on all these kids. They say the same things every time someone turned their back. They say the same exact shit. Okay? Just in wrestling, period. They say the same shit. It's always the same thing. You know, you this, you're that. Okay, whatever. Well, when they come out there, I'm looking at how giddy he is, and he's all, you know, just like a big ass overgrown child. Just so, yeah, jumping up, pumping his fist and everything. So I'm sitting here like, you remember that scene on a Cable Guy when they were at the medieval times, and Jim Carrey was like, when they brought the knights out, he's like, yeah, that's what John Cena reminds me of. Like, he's all extra giddy with his fucking cheering and shit. All right, so he's doing all this. Now I'm paying attention to everything happening in the ring. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck the little skinny ass rapper name that came out. He comes out with The Rock. I'm like, what the fuck is he here? Travis Scott. He's all posing at the crowd. I'm like, bro, you're a frail little guy. The fuck are you flexing? Like, you know? So anyways, I don't know why the fuck he's out there. So, but it's like, okay, I'm just trying to understand what's happening. Because, I mean, for him to just be there made no sense. Just to be there in the ring. All right. Well, anyways, when The Rock starts talking to Cody, this is when you know, and this is what I'm saying about how these little young bucks come into watching wrestling and they don't understand. When you hear them say shit like Rock says, if the answer is yes, I'll give you everything and all that. But if the answer is no, he says the dream dies tonight. Again, the ultimatum was there. You understand? It's always, whenever it's an ultimatum, always, that person is not going to accept. When they say, I want you to join me, that's one thing. They still can decline. You don't, but whenever it's ultimatum, they decline. And what does Cody do? Cody starts with that same little smug kind of look on his face, you know, with his mouth halfway, like the retarded look. Then he goes, my soul no longer belongs to me. As soon as he said, do you know why? I said to my other son, at the same time, we both said, Cena's going to turn. It was easy to read. We said that shit. And if we was recording, you would have heard me say it. But he says, because I knew it was something coming after that. And then and then I'm looking at the position, who's standing where. I'm looking at all of these things. He says, because I gave my soul to this business and to these people a long time ago. Okay, now and it's apparent. Now, let's say he comes out of that and hits Cena with the belt, like after getting everybody up. That could have happened, but it didn't. And my choice of who's getting rep, Cena's going to turn. Not like The Rock was going to say, you know what, I'm going to change my ways and go back to being a good guy. So I'm looking at where they are, looking at their positioning, and when Cody said these things, Cena's jumping up and all this, and I'm just, and then all of a sudden, Cena comes over there, but when he dabs him up, he's holding him. If you look at Cody's standing with his hands down, like, I'm looking, and it came. And you see The Rock do this shit, and Cena gave that look, and then the rest was history. Now, here's my thing. That was the best segment of the whole night. Like, out of everything that happened, it was done to a point where, and the fact that the fans didn't see it, I saw that shit just based on. It's like, I'm like, yeah. And like, plus you go, Raw's ratings are down. Raw is not doing the type of numbers that they would like them to do. Their numbers completely drop, like considerably. So now they got to do something different. But that was the best thing, the most interesting thing that happened the whole night. I mean, match-wise, Owens and Zayn took it, but I'm sick of seeing these rematches every time. Everything is a rematch. Okay? No different from last night. Seth Rollins and CM Punk is not over. It's just not over. Then, where was The Rock last night? Where was Cena last night? Okay. The other thing about the Elimination Chamber. Now, yeah, Jade Cargill, she came out and she stormed to the ring. And this is what looked really stupid to me. Why is Jade Cargill, why is Naomi and Bianca looking so shocked? They should have been celebrating like, yes, Jade is back, right? Now they're accusing Liv Morgan. They should have been like, but Naomi's looking just as terrified as Liv Morgan is. So Jade comes in and Liv is going, it wasn't me, I swear. And Jade goes, it wasn't you, right? And then she goes straight to Naomi, starts beating up Naomi. Bianca's in the fucking pod going crazy like she's watching, a pit bull maul a fucking chihuahua. And I'm just watching this shit. Now, yeah, she came and she put the beats on Naomi, but you got to look at what's happening here. First of all, what looked really stupid. Jade looked good in that black outfit. God damn, she did. But she comes out dressed in wrestling gear. Why? You're not booked to wrestle. She beats her up. Okay, Naomi gets taken out of the match. She doesn't even get to wrestle. She gets taken out. She gets taken out of the match. Jade has no words. She doesn't make eye contact with Bianca not once the entire time. Now Bianca's still going on with this whole. I'm confused, and it's so dramatic. It's such diva-like. It's so childish, and I'm looking at this shit like, okay, so she's not there last night. No Jade, no follow-up. Maybe she comes out on SmackDown. Who knows? Okay, Bianca made it to Raw last night. I felt like the whole Jade Cargill thing wasn't thought out well. I feel like it should have happened on a Raw or SmackDown, because this is where the majority of your storytelling goes. Okay? They took extra time with The Rock and Cena and all that portion of it to give attention to that. Okay. They didn't give that to Jade. She just came out and whooped some ass and left. So we don't know where she stands with Bianca. We don't know where her head is. They're looking at that like, see, that's what people are going to tune in to see. So to me, I feel like kids might have liked it, not questioned that shit or really thought about it. I mean, I like to watch something and just enjoy it. The thing is, and this is the crazy part, is every single week I see a bunch of WWE fans coming into AEW comment sections. Oh, this was awful. Oh, this was that. And I'm sitting here going, like, honestly, man, if you like what you saw at the Elimination Chamber, if you like what you saw happening on Raw, all these things, if you like these things and you're saying AEW shit isn't good, you're completely being biased. I mean, to each his own, but there was nothing going on. That was, oh my God, that was garbage. Pure, hot, funky, stinking garbage. You know that garbage truck juice that drips and that smell, that's what I saw. And now, I don't think the Elimination Chamber matches were bad. Just nothing special happened in those matches that made me feel like I want to keep, it was, and I'm a replay guy. When I like something, I replay it. I watch different, even if I watch different segments or something. But nothing happened. So now, basically, Jade comes out dressed in her fucking wrestling gear like she's ready to wrestle. And she doesn't. She just comes in and kicks, her ass. Okay. That return was supposed to happen. They could have even saved, the tag title match. Instead of them losing the titles the other week, they could have saved that for this week. So now, when she comes into the come into the ring, and it could have been a situation where Jade comes out, and it's like she comes in there and just look like she's about to help Bianca and Naomi. So they could have been getting like double teamed or something. But she comes in there and just clean house like how they used to do back in the day. And then all of a sudden now you got Naomi standing up here and she's, and then all of a sudden she gets hit by Jade and she starts pouncing on her or whatever. You see the problem with that? Notice, Rhea Ripley lost her title last night and they got Bianca out there. What's the difference between a face and a heel now? She's celebrating like, oh my, like it's funny, because Rhea lost. We've been trying to get Rhea Ripley versus Bianca for the longest. We've been wanting to see that one, right? So, like a rookie, that's why I said they need to stop saying rookie mistake, because Rhea is more focused on Bianca. Bianca's doing nothing to her. She focuses on Bianca. And they start going back and forth and shoving each other and everything. So she pretty much loses her focus. She loses to Io Sky. Now, something crazy happened at the post show of the Elimination Chamber. The guy with the slightly bald head, the bald head and the beard. Did you hear this motherfucker say? He's like, oh my God, this has to be frustrating for Bianca Belair because she's going forward. She has to focus on her match with Io Sky at WrestleMania. That was at the Elimination Chamber post show. And I'm like, this motherfucker just told us who's going to win. So Bianca never said she was going after Rhea or Io. He didn't say she have to focus on whether she's going to be facing Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. He clearly said she has to focus on her WrestleMania match with Io Sky. That motherfucker said that. And I'm like, wow. Also, did you not listen and pay attention that when John Cena picked up the watch and he punched Cody in the face and the motherfucker said, John Cena hitting Cody Rhodes with those brass knuckles. It's a watch, motherfucker. A watch. It was a gold-colored watch. I'm like, wow, this motherfucker just said brass knuckles. But you guys rag on Tony Schiavone for no reason. Everything is always, and I'm just like, I know, I see. So I said, you know what, let me do this little video here, man. So yeah, man. It's like Jade kicked ass, but this segment, when you really, it was dry, it was weak. It could have and should have been done better. And as long as that story took, I had very little faith that they wasn't going to fuck it up. And they came and they just, it was lame. It was lame. Rhea Ripley, once again, has a weak title reign. Let her get the title on the debut of Raw on Netflix. But after that, look at what she's done with the title since she's had it. Nothing. She barely wrestles. She comes out with the belt on her shoulder and just have segments backstage and all. She barely wrestles. Very weak segment. Very weak fucking title match. And she's, even the fact, let's just be real, man. This whole 50-50 match shit with someone 108 pounds versus someone 155. It's like you could put Omos in there with Rey Mysterio. It's a 50-50. Now all of a sudden, it's weird. Wrestling is just got to that point, man, where, they've forgotten what made matches stand out and how matches are supposed to be worked. They really did. And it's weak. It's weak. It was weak. Once again, Rhea Ripley. I mean, Rhea is one of the biggest stars in the company. Period. Rhea's her ovations when she come out is as big as Cody's or anybody else's. But they decided to put Rhea in there. She lost. So my guess is that Bianca's either going to win. I don't know what's going to, like, as far as her and Jade goes or whatever, or either Rhea or Rhea's going to cause Bianca to lose. Maybe at some point, because we don't know how far ahead things are going to be pushed, maybe, Io or whoever has the belt loses to Jade Cargill. Who knows? I don't think that should be the case, though. I think that Jade should win that belt from somebody who is like a Bianca or Rhea. But they did what they did. Alpha Academy are just a bunch of buffoons, just a bunch of jokes. I mean, who did Ivy Nile just beat the other night? And then she goes in there and gets beat last night. Like, she's nothing but a little cute, muscle-bound little loser. The group is just a bunch of buffoons. They can't do anything right. Every time I see Finn Balor, he's just upset and angry at the entire Judgment Day and being really sarcastic about much of nothing. Then he keeps talking about how they keep failing, but he goes out there and he loses. So the Judgment Day is a joke. Alpha Academy is a joke. The Wyatt Six are a joke. They just have these groups, and it's like they put belts on people, and it's like, okay, I'm the champion. They've been the champion for 300 days and probably wrestled 10 days out of the fucking 300. I mean, like, so what's the purpose of a champion in the WWE now? You pick and choose. Braun Breaker came out. He didn't wrestle as usual, but he gets in there and, he smacks around Dominic. He smacks around, Carlito and Grayson Waller and the other guy coming running out. They get involved and, so I'm assuming there's going to be some type of feud with them. I don't even know why the fuck they got involved, but I don't understand what the fuck they're doing. I just don't. Gunther's match with Otis was weird as fuck. I mean, that group is another joke, a trio of just buffoons. I'm not understanding this direction that they're going. I'm just not. Not because I can't fucking comprehend shit. It's just the shit is stupid. And I don't understand. Like, even if I didn't give a shit about Ivy Nile as a wrestler, I look at what's going on. But Ivy Nile has the look. She can wrestle. She has what it takes. Why people don't see it that way? Because she just lose every match. I can't remember. I mean, she just lose. It was weird, man. It was weird. It was weird. So, nothing that I saw blew my damn socks off. And every time a wrestler leaves AEW and comes to WWE, that's the first thing we hear. Oh, another one walks out. Yeah, they're coming to WWE. As soon as someone leaves WWE and go to AEW, or 2 weeks from now, they're not going to use them right. Hey, they have revamped. What's his name? The little bald guy that's beefing with Swerve now? Ricochet. Oh, yeah, look at this character now. Listen to him talk. Listen to Mercedes Moné and everybody else. That's telling you they're loving their time in AEW. But you don't care about their happiness. You're selfish and think that you have the right to dictate who's happy or where they should be happy or they wouldn't be happy at. Look at all the people in WWE. That's nothing but jokes. Look at Andre, what's his name? Andrade Idolo, whatever he called him, fuck himself, whatever. But what's so special about these guys? All he did was went back to WWE. And what are they doing? Nothing. They're just, I forget that these motherfuckers are even there until I see them wrestle and then, then they end up losing anyway. And at the end of the day, every company are going to have wrestlers that's not being really utilized, not really being in a position that maybe we like to see them in, and the company fumbles. Every company has wrestlers that they fumble with. I don't know the backstage politics or what's going on. I don't know. Look at Drew McIntyre, a born loser. Like, nothing he does works. Every time I see him, he loses. But that's my thing. You always want to look at AEW wrestlers and say, oh, look at they're not doing anything with this person, that person. And that's why I so much hate on Ricochet. That's why I so much hate on Mercedes Moné. That's why you guys are sitting up here trying to find reasons to hate on the fucking Hurt Syndicate, because you know that they're doing better now. Way better than they were in WWE, and you don't want to admit it. So let's find something to complain about. Look at how Ricochet was looking like a little bitch when Bobby Lashley would. But look at his character. Look at who he is. Look at how he dressed. Look at him. Yeah, let's develop his character to be different from what it was. Look at what the fuck Ricochet was. Last time I saw Ricochet in WWE, he was getting bitched around by fucking Braun Breaker. Like he was daddy about to cry. Oh, my lower back. Now, look at where he is right now. So this is what I mean. You guys get influenced by the Eric Bischoffs, the Zab Coaches, the fucking Vince Russo, everybody. Oh, they just buried Ricochet. There's no bringing him back. Really? Look at what they're doing with Tony Storm. Look at what they've done with the Hounds of Hell. I mean, you got Mariah May. But, Harley Cameron. Look at what they're doing. So many great things. They're putting things together. They're piecing things together. But it's always the whole uphill battle in terms of, these WWE fans. One of the things I learned about good people do this. It's not easy. But the big mouths, the ones always want to be heard, are always the ones spreading the negativity. But you know what? AEW's in a great place. They're fine. Yeah, I'm not sitting here wanting to see WWE go out of business. I'm not wanting to see any company go out of business. What does that do for me, right? But at the end of the day, I'm making this video and I'm saying these things because this is what I feel, and I'm telling you the truth of what I saw. But at the same time, I can, like I said, maybe little kids might like these storylines, but as a grown adult, I find these storylines like, what else is on TV? That's exactly what this shit is like, man. So, yeah, you take the biggest stars in your company and make them lose, or have put them in stories that are like not told properly. It's more questions than answers, but then later on, there's no answers. Still more questions. This is what they're doing. It was weak, man. So, yeah, I mean, they pretty much fucked up what could have been a great thing with Jade Cargill's comeback story. Rhea Ripley, why she lost last night, what direction that they wanted to make changes for, whatever. I have no idea why they did that. But that was bullshit. And I'm getting so sick of Jey Uso. Look, this man is damn near 40 years old. It's not like he's some 22-year-old, coming up in the rankings. Everybody like this kid. He's going to be special in the future. This man is damn near 40. And all he talks about every single interview is doubting himself, not believing in himself, with that stupid worried look on his face. Every single time, he says the same shit over and over. He does the same things. Grown ass men. Yeah, all right, bro. Whatever, man. Whatever happened to grown ass adults, I don't know. But it's just the characters. Like, okay, cool, man. Let Jay go. Beat Gunther, get his title. He earned it. He deserves it. But man, this shit is boring. It's not grown up type material, and it's like you're taking 40-year-old men and women and trying to make them appeal to kids, which is why they look so stupid. And I'm just saying, yeah, man. I needed to get this out. And when you go back and if you look at everything, and you really think about it, like, yeah, they really fucked up. They really did. I mean, Rhea losing last night was just like this, the way she lost and who she lost. And then, she's never beaten Io Sky. Okay, now let's build the story with Io. What happens from here? We'll see. But you just fucked up the momentum versus a Jade Cargill versus Rhea. You fucked up the momentum with the Jade Cargill versus Bianca. And let's be real, even though as it stands, Naomi is the one that attacked her, who really gives a fuck about Jade Cargill versus Naomi? Just saying. It is what it is. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all right now. I will catch you guys on the next video.